What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I think this conversation is gonna be a good one. At least I hope. I hope it is at least. So yesterday, my big brother dropped a video. Shout out to you, Puerto Rock 77. The title of his video was Game Pass Gamers versus Puerto Rock 77. Man, it was a good video. I don't know why my cat's scratching the wall right now, but it was a good video. As I'm watching the video and I'm listening to everything he's saying, if there's one thing that Big Bro does well, he's pretty good at articulating himself and not sounding too outlandish when he explains things. Right? I'll give him that. He's a lot better than me when it comes to that. Obviously, hence all the success that he has. Right? Um, I wanted to make this video not as a rebuttal, not as a response, but more of that same concept that he has from my perspective. This video might come off as unoriginal or whatever, but I don't care. I think that I understood where he was coming from so much, even though I'm not in his shoes, that I wanted to make this video and see if possibly maybe he may understand where I'm coming from, right? I know he does. He does understand where I'm coming from. Or some of you may understand where I'm coming from. Go watch his video, Puerto Rock 77 again. The basis of the video is this, though. He gets people in his DMs that are constantly telling him why Game Pass is great and the variety and all this other stuff. His argument is that to him, Game Pass is a non-factor because he has been in a position, blessed, where if he wants to play something, he simply gets it. And the stuff that he wants to play happens to be on the PlayStation. So hence, that's why that's his preferred platform. And continuously, PlayStation has provided him with the stuff that he wants to play. So obviously, he's going to think PlayStation is better. It is a very logical perception to have, okay? Just like he does, just like I do, and just like many, many YouTubers out there, even those that say they're not YouTubers but have a lot of YouTube videos. Shout out to you, King Thrash. You're a YouTuber, dog. We get DM messages from people that really watch our videos and get mad, get emotional, get whatever, disagree with us, and want to have for whatever reason, a private conversation with us and try to change our minds privately when they could either turn on a camera and make a YouTube video themselves, or better yet, they could comment on the actual video, right? So other people can see what they're saying. I really think that the DMs sometimes, especially when there's somebody arguing against you, might be their fear of not everybody having their same consensus, and they don't want to deal with other people arguing with them, because that happens a lot too. When you put a comment in somebody's video, if your comment is not good or your comment doesn't make sense, that person doesn't even have to reply to you. People in their community will come back and reply to you and make you feel dumb. But I digress. He's gotten those DMs. I have gotten plenty of DMs telling me that I'm the reason why gaming is failing. I'm the reason why Xbox will never be great, because I support subscription services. They buy their games so they're better than me. They buy their games so they support developers. I'm broke. All kinds of stuff, right? My DMs. I get a lot of positivity too. I don't want you to think that it's just negativity. It's not never that. I get messages on my Xbox as well. People talking trash, right? Because my Xbox is not, it's not private. It's not blocked. And I do get messages on my PS5 as well, but I'm not on my PS5 that much, so I don't really see those. Okay. With all that being said, same thing, concept of his video. I want to explain to you where the Game Pass gamer is coming from. Frugal is the word I want to use. If you want to call me broke, sure, that you could call me broke. But frugal is the word I want to use with my money when it comes to my specific hobby. Okay? Gaming to me is a hobby. It is not a passion. And that's where I think many people differ. Many people differ. To some people, I see it. Gaming is literally a passion for you. This is your thing. This is the thing that's probably the most important to you, right? Besides obviously family. Okay. For me, out of everything that I have going on in my life, besides obviously God and family, gaming is probably my number fourth, third, right? I care about the gym a lot more, right? I care about my fitness a lot more, right? I would prefer to commit a lot more money and time into my fitness and be more disciplined in my fitness than anything else. And you can see I'm struggling with that too, right? I'm not out here freaking Jack Diesel ripped and everything like that, right? Then after that would probably be music. If you had to take away something away from me, that would hurt me. Gym would hurt me if you told me I couldn't work out anymore. If you took away music from me, that would hurt me a lot, right? And then what would be after that? Then it would be gaming. That's my list. So when it comes to spending money on games, I've been honest with you. I was the type that would go to GameStop and I would look at the 2 for 20 bin. And I've owned a Nintendo 64, a GameCube, a Wii U, a PS3, a PSP, a PS4. What else? Obviously a PS5. I did own an Xbox One. I just didn't really play it. Then now Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. I have two PS5s. I have had two gaming laptops. I have an Asus ROG Ally. I have a Lenovo Legion Go. So I do spend money. Don't get it twisted. But when I'm looking at when I'm gonna really spend my money, it's gotta be, to me, it's gotta be really worth it. Okay, I really gotta feel it. So before Game Pass, when I saw games, I would only buy the games that I had a certain level of confidence that I knew I was going to like. And he actually does that too. When he says that these are the games he's looking forward to, he's looking forward to those games because those are the games that he is going to like. That's why he doesn't lie when he tells you he doesn't care about Gran Turismo 7 because it's a racing game and he doesn't like racing games. Well, guess what? I don't care about racing games either until I tried Forza Horizon 5. And if I was to sit here and tell you that I don't care about racing games and you go to my gaming profile on Xbox and you look how much hour I have in Forza Horizon 5, you would call me a hypocrite because you'd be like, Doc, how are you going to say you don't care about racing games and you spent this much time in that game? That makes no sense. My big bro spoke about time. There's something everybody knows you cannot get back. You will never get back your time. You will never get back your time. I'll say it one more time to waste your time. You will never get back your time. So if you're spending time in something that you do not like, it does not make sense to me. So if I don't like racing games and now I'm spending money and I'm spending time in a racing game, at some point, I probably like it. Before Game Pass, I would have never thought of actually buying a racing game. Now, I could see myself buying a racing game, but I don't have to because I have Game Pass. Because of Game Pass, Gran Turismo 7 to me looks a little bit more enticing because it's what Forza Motorsport was supposed to be. The great game, great graphics, everything, and Gran Turismo 7 looks better apparently, right? Or at least it's enticing enough that maybe I want to try it. This is all because of Game Pass. So to all of you that are pro buying your games, right? I understand what you're saying. You want to buy your games. You want to have that falsehood of owning it. And I say falsehood because by this generation, you really don't own it. But I digress. Unless it's coming in a cartridge like the Nintendo games, I digress. You're buying a license, right? Okay. Game Pass, I don't want to lose my train of thought, is not just about variety. It's not just about me being able to play a whole bunch of different games, right? It's not just about that, because you're absolutely right. Without Game Pass, that opportunity was still there. I would just have to spend my money. The difference is the availability is there. The ease of use is there. It's faster to get into that if I wanted to. When I tell you this generation, I have gamed more and different things than I have in a long, long time. It's the truth. I have even tried Age of Empires 2 because somebody said, Doc, just go ahead, try it. And I tried it. I tried it on stream. I tried it on my Twitch channel. I gave it, 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's it. I was done. Uninstalled it. That's it. Not for me. I would have never even have tried it. I would have never have even tried a game like Hi-Fi Rush. Not even have tried a game like Hi-Fi Rush. It was on Game Pass, Shadow Drop, tried it, beat the game. I thought the game was phenomenal, okay? I would have never even tried a game like Recore. Recore doesn't look like my type of game. Tried Recore, had a phenomenal time with Recore. I think that game is freaking amazing. But again, I'm not looking for your validation. So if you don't like Recore, it is what it is. I would have probably never tried a game like Scorn. I love Scorn. I thought Scorn was a masterpiece. I keep saying it. Again, not looking for your validation, just explaining something to you. These are all games that I'm playing on Game Pass. Ghostwire Tokyo. I would have never played a game like Ghostwire Tokyo. The games that I'm playing, okay? Elden Ring is another game that's not on Game Pass, but that I was willing to try because I learned from Game Pass that large variety is the spice of life. If you're someone that buys game, very few of you, some of you might be the type that are willing to try a whole bunch of different type of games and buy them, but very few of you do that. Most of you are willing to buy games that are close or are the genre that you like to play. If we were to look at all the games that you have in your own games, a lot of the games would be similar. You know how I know this is true? Because a lot of you knock Nintendo for having kiddie games. A lot of you knock games if they're not AAA. A lot of you will knock a game if it's not your type of game. So then when we're telling you that Game Pass allows you to, like, even if that's not your type of game, you get a chance to try it. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. So I get it. Now, Big Bro made a video about him. So he wasn't speaking for anybody else, which I love and I appreciate. So he wasn't talking for all PlayStation players out there. He was talking about himself, right? So let me turn this back and make this video about me, okay? Me, I was not trying a whole bunch of different types of game. I was not. Not until Game Pass came out. I would have never even tried Starfield. Doesn't look like my type of game. Space game is not my type of thing. I wouldn't have tried Mass Effect. Space game is not my type of thing. Not my type of thing. I'm going to play the Tomb Raiders. I'm going to play the Uncharted. I'm going to play the first-person shooters. I'm going to that's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to play. I bought Shadow of War when it was like on the PS4 when it was like a 3 for 5 or 3 for 10 deal. Never even played it because I don't like games with swords and all that other stuff. But guess what I played on Game Pass? The Witcher 3. Loved it. Phenomenal game. I still don't like games with swords, but because I was able to play that game, I'm willing to try another game with a sword if you guys are telling me that it's that good. I'm telling you right now, for me, Game Pass is a game changer. And that's just the aspect of playing different games. It has made me a much better, a much more eclectic gamer. These are just fact. And if you think you are an eclectic gamer because you buy your games, I challenge you, look at the list of games that you have owned. If it looks like a variety of games, great. If it doesn't, then that's also great, but don't come talk to me about how I'm wrong because I want to consume games via Game Pass. And the same way, don't go talk to Big Bro saying he's wrong because he buys the games that he wants to buy. The only game on the PS5 that I was really looking forward to and anticipating was Forza Horizon 5. No, not Forza Horizon 5. Horizon Forbidden West. 2 games with Horizon. Horizon Forbidden West was the only game on the PS5 that I was actually anticipating and looking forward to. We bought it, right? My son hasn't played it yet. I beat it. And the reason I was looking forward to Forza Horizon Forbidden West is because I thought Horizon Zero Dawn was a masterpiece. I think that game is phenomenal. The concept of the game, everything, the mystery in the game, trying to figure out who she is. And then when you find out who she is and what she is a better explanation, right? I thought it was phenomenal. And the concept between good and evil and like, I thought the game was phenomenal. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Forbidden West comes out, and I'm thinking there's no way you can mess up this story. There's no way you can make this boring. Let's go ahead and see what you do with this. And to me, the story was underwhelming, but the technical aspect of that game is marvelous. It's ridiculously good, right? So for one game, I would argue I needed a PS5 for one game. Okay? That's not enough. Now, I purchased the PS5. My son got a PS5. And when I got my PS5, it was like, it seemed like a rare commodity, but they had them at GameStop. And same thing as Big Bro, I'm blessed enough to I pretty much buy what I want, right? I just gotta be a good steward of my money. But if I want to buy something, I go buy it. This concept of, Doc, you're not a real gamer if you don't buy your games, is ridiculous if I'm spending more time in gaming than you are. It's ridiculous if I'm playing a bigger variety of games than you are. If you're someone that has more hours in gaming than I do, but all you play is Call of Duty, what are you? Are you still a gamer? Or are you a Call of Duty gamer? Are we going to start putting subcategories in it? Maybe that's the answer. And if that's the answer, that's perfectly fine. Make me a Game Pass gamer. I don't care. Matter of fact, make me a subscription gamer. Because I have GeForce now. I had Stadia when it was out. I still am subscribed to Luna. I have PlayStation not a premium for now until May, and I have Game Pass Ultimate. What other subscription am I missing? So put me in the category of a subscription gamer if that's the category you want to put me in. And if you think you're better than me because you buy your games, as whatever, that's perfectly fine. But I need you to understand something. This is a reality for me as it is a reality for my big bro, right? The games, if I just stuck to the games that I wanted to play, my diversity in games would be very small. And I wouldn't have played games like a Plex Hill Innocence and a Plex Hill Requiem. I wouldn't have played games like Hellblade. I just wouldn't. But because of Game Pass, I've played those games. A Plex Hill Requiem or a Plex Hill Innocence was actually one of the subs that got it for me. I think it was Severin. Shout out to you, Severin. God of War Ragnarok was Lester. Shout out to you, Lester. I appreciate you. Red Dead Redemption 2 was somebody else, right? But again, Red Dead Redemption 2 is more up my alley. It's a bigger shooter, whatever. God of War Ragnarok, after I played 2018, I didn't feel compelled to getting Ragnarok. I'm just being honest with you. I played Spider-Man 1, beat Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, we got it. And I'm not compelled to play it, right? I don't know, man. All I know is this. If you buy your games, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you support the developers. If you believe that you're supporting the developers, that's good. Okay. For me, subscription based gaming makes sense. And if you think I'm killing gaming because of it, then it is what it is, man. And for me, being able to be part of a subscription service has allowed me to play way more games. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you with because this is a pretty long video already. Yesterday, before I left work, I was talking to a coworker. I asked him, hey, what you got planned for the weekend, whatever, New Year's is coming up, whatever, right? He tells me that he's going to take his wife to go watch a movie. Now, this person lives close to me, and there's actually a movie theater close to us. I said, oh, so you're going to go to such and such place? I said, no. We're going to go this such and such town because we're going to go watch a Indian film. I said, do they not play that movie at the movie theater that's close to us? He says to me, yeah, no, they do. But if you watch a movie in an Indian environment, it's way different. The theater's way different. People are actually cheering and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? For real? And he literally pulled up a video and showed me what it's like watching a movie at an Indian movie theater or with Indians around. Like, it's almost like a concert, like an event, right? Actually looked pretty cool, right? Then he says to me, have you ever watched an Indian film? I was like, not unless I actually, maybe they didn't know about it, but no, I don't think so, right? He says to me, there's a lot of good ones. I could recommend you one. And I was like, I don't know. He says to me, do you have Netflix? I said, yes, I do. Look up RRR. Let me tell you something. The movie is 3 hours and 50 minutes, something like that. I started watching it. I'm about an hour and 10 minutes in so far. This freaking movie is phenomenal. This freaking movie is amazing. I would have never watched this movie if it wasn't on Netflix. If he would have told me this movie is phenomenal, go buy it, I would have never. Because I'm not spending my money taking a chance on something. Because I know, here we go. I know what I like. And it's the same thing with music. Ever since I got subscription service on music, I'm way more eclectic on the music that I listen to. Dog, you understand that I memorized the words to almost 90% of the songs on Stillmatic because that was the only album I had. Because I could literally listen. I could literally picture myself walking in the streets of Jersey, coming home from work at night, walking, right? Because I didn't have a car, with a Walkman on. It's funny enough, for Sony Walkman on, the non-skip version. I spent good money on that. And my headphones on, hoodie on, walking through the street, having a mean mug face, because that's what you got to do when you're walking by yourself, just in case. Listening to Stillmatic. Rewind. If you haven't heard that song, Rewind, Jesus. If you have never heard that song, Rewind by Nas, listen to it. It's one of the most incredible songs from a technical standpoint. Just listen to Rewind. He sings the song backwards and makes it rhyme. It is phenomenal. If you have a subscription service right now, though, you can go ahead and listen to that. If you don't, you would have to take the chance of me telling you that Rewind is good and you're going to go buy it. That's it. I don't know how else to make this point across. I have no idea how to make this point across. You buy your games, you buy your music, you buy your movies. That's good for you. But you're not going to convince me that you're more eclectic than somebody else that has access to all this stuff on a subscription service. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. I didn't even mean to get heated, but the more I think about this, it just makes so much sense. Like, people try to argue against Game Pass, it doesn't make sense. Not a shot at Big Bro. Big Bro wasn't trying to argue against Game Pass. He was just making a point that to him, it doesn't matter because he has a variety of games. But Puerto Rock, here's the thing, puppy. I bet if you had a subscription service, you would try a lot more different things too. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.